Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how to turn in Google Slides and Google Docs assignments in Google Classroom. So right now you're looking at the Google Classroom example that I have. I'm signed in as a teacher and I'm just going to warn you I am going to toggle between several accounts. So I'm going to be going back and forth between my teacher account and a student account so that you can see both sides. So in the past few videos, you've noticed I've done my announcements, and I did put in a Cornell Notes assignment that's due Friday. Okay, so I'm just going to minimize this window, and then now I am signed in as a student. So here, this is kind of my view as a student. Unfortunately for the student, he's only signed in one class, which is my science class. So it looks very similar to what the teacher's perspective is. We still have the menu or the hamburger here, and we have access to our home calendar. And then here, instead of it saying teaching, these are the classes in which the student isn't enrolled. And then they also have the to-do list, which is really nice because when they click on to do, they could see all of their Google Classroom assignments in all of their classes. So this is another bonus tip for that video where I showed you how to find student assignments and where they are in Google Classroom. So there's quite a few ways to find that. So you can see here that he does have one assignment this week, and it is due Friday midnight. Nothing for next week and nothing for later. Okay. Now, if I go up here to the tabs, this is the work that the student did that's assigned. Um, and then I can go to missing, and it looks like he's all caught up in his works, so he has no missing assignment, but he has not yet done any other assignments, so he has to go and work on mine. So let's go into to my Google Classroom here. And as a student, he can see my stream page. He sees my announcement that I created yesterday on Monday. And he also sees the upcoming box, which tells him about that Cornell Notes assignment. So we can click here. All right, and I love that it has a prompt box reminding the student, hey, you got to make sure you get your work in on time, or make sure to talk to your teacher because there is a deadline or due date with this assignment. All right, and then you can also see, I love how Google Classroom kind of zooms in on the turn it in button. So when the student has read through the directions, has completed the work, realizes it's about 100 points, and then they can go and turn it in. And then I will get a notification as the teacher. All right, so I'm just going to say got it. All right, so this is what I see as a student. I'm Sheldon Cooper. This is that assignment of the PDF that I attached. So I could go ahead and open it up. And it's just a plain PDF copy of a Cornell Notes template, right? So what happens if students do not have a PDF? Well, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. They can open the PDF with Google Docs, and we can try that now. Okay. And as you can see, it doesn't work out too well. It has the text, but it doesn't have all the lines, which is okay. Sometimes we gotta work with what we have. If your student already has a Kami extension, that's good too. Unfortunately, I'm on a NARIC account and it's very locked down here, so I can't do that. So anyways, I will just randomly do something here. So I remember that the prompt said, let's go back to that prompt. Watch a YouTube video in the announcements page, write down 5 facts, write down 3 questions, summarize the video lesson, and then turn it in. Okay, so if the student doesn't feel like they want to do this because they're kind of grossed out by the way it looks, that's okay. We can actually have the student add or create. So they can add and they can go into their drive, they can paste the link, they can upload a file, and then here they can create something new. They can create slides, sheets, drawings, or docs. Since I'm asking for a doc, let's just go ahead and create a doc. Hmm. And we got blocked. So let's just go ahead and open that. All right, so I just opened a document, and I love that when you're working in Google Classroom, I'm just going to say understand, it'll automatically names that document for that student. So it gives Sheldon Cooper's name and then the title of the assignment that I pushed out. That way, even if this student forgot to turn it in, I can go in my Google Drive and type in that student's name and the little beginning of the title of the assignment here, and it will show up in my Google Drive. All right, so let's try the voice typing extension here. You know, that's something we've been doing. Let's do the voice typing. Let's go to tools, and here's voice typing. Okay, and let's say click display. Number 1, living organisms are made out of cells, period. Next tab. Organisms can be made out of one or more cells. All right, so we experimented a little bit with the voice typing here. Oops, gotta stop that. And as you can see here, we literally have to say period out loud in order for it to type a period or new line. So I'm going to try it again, actually, for new line. And let's do number 1. Living things are called organisms, period. New line. Organisms are made of cells, period. New line. An organism that is made up of one cell is a unicellular organism, period. New line. Oh, didn't work there. An organism made up of many cells is called a multicellular organism, period. New line. All organisms need energy to survive, period. All right, well, not quite perfect, but it's not that bad either. So after you do your voice typing, I would just recommend going back and fixing a few things, right? All right, and actually we could go back to tools and do spelling and grammar. Show grammar. All right, let's go to tools, spelling and grammar. Let's show grammar suggestions. Nope. Let's do spelling and grammar check. That's fine. Yes. Anything else? All right, well, they're saying that this is okay. I'm not okay with that. All right, so you got the gist. So here you got to see me create a new document as an assignment. We looked a little bit at how to use the voice typing tool and also the spelling and grammar check. So now let's go back to the Google Classroom webpage, and now you can see that the document that I created is already attached. So here's the original assignment that I created that I pushed out for each student. And since Sheldon didn't want to type his answers in that, he just created a new Google Doc, and that's great. And now let's just go ahead and turn it in. Okay, and again, you get a prompt box reminding the student, these are the 2 things that you're turning in. That's fine. Let's go ahead and turn it in. And now he is all caught up in his work. So if he realizes that he made a mistake and he wanted to go back and edit that work, he can go back. He just has to press on submit. Okay, and he can click on this again, and he can make any changes that he wants to that document. However, he can only make those changes and unsubmit his assignment as long as it's before the deadline. So after October 6th, midnight, if it's already Saturday, then he can no longer have the opportunity to go back and edit his work. He can no longer unsubmit. So let's just go back and turn that in. Perfect. All right, so that is how, as a student, we turn in a Google Docs assignment. And it's the same thing for a Google Slides assignment as well. If the teacher pushed out a Google Slide deck, it'll show up here. And then the student has his or her own copy, and then they could add their answers and then push it back to the teacher via the classroom. Now let's go back to the teacher's view. All right, so this is I'm just gonna refresh real quick. All right, so as a teacher, I'm just gonna go back to my view all here. And now you can see in my to review tab, I've got 2 students who've turned in their work. So if you are helping to grade assignments, this is a great way for you to go check that. So I'm just in my classroom, I'm in the to review tab, and I'll go ahead and click on turned in. Okay, so this tells me that these 2 students turned in their work on time. Sheldon Cooper just turned it in, and Amy Fowler turned it in yesterday. All right, so then we go ahead and, excuse me, open Sheldon's work. Okay, and it could prompt you to open in a new window, and I'm okay with that. I don't really need all of that. Sheldon Cooper turned his work in. Okay, and it tells me he attached something else here, so I can click on that. All right. And perfect, he has 5 facts, but unfortunately he doesn't have his 3 questions and uh, his summary, right? So we can add that private comment in here and say, great facts. Don't forget about your 3 questions and summary. All right. And I'll post that and he'll get that back. And for right now, I don't know. I don't have a rubric, so I'll probably just say 60. Okay. So this is completely made up, so don't take me on this. Okay, so right now it says it's not returned. So this is just to me. He doesn't see this grade yet, but he can see my comment. So now that I'm done grading, I can go back and say return. The student will be notified and can check any grade you've left. Okay, and then he can make his edits and then send it back to me for a retake grade. Now I have a second student, and I don't have to get out of this window. I could just go up here and click the next button, and it'll show me Amy Fowler's work. Now again, just like Sheldon, um, Amy, sorry about that. Amy did not open up this PDF file and wrote on it, but it shows me that she was able to get another PDF converter and converted her work. So I'm going to go here and open that up. Oh, look at that. So love that she has her title, our topic. She's got her full name in there. She's got 5 facts. She's got 3 questions. And she even has a summary. Wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead and give her 100. And then I'll give her a private comment back and just say, fantastic work. Met all criteria. I also wonder what is the smallest organism we can see in space, and then post it. And then again, she's not going to get her grade or her comment until you return that to the student. So you can return it now, or you could wait until you've graded and made your comments to every student in the classroom, and then you could say return all submissions at once. I only have 2 students in this classroom, so I'm just going to go ahead and return Amy's work to her. Great work, Amy. All right, so now I'm going to go switch back again to Sheldon's Google Classroom, and then you can see my comment. There you go. Let me just refresh my page real quick. All right, so it says here that, hey, he sees my private comment on his work. And remember, these comments are only visible to me and the student. No one else sees it. No other students in the class sees it. Amy can see it. All right. And then let me just see if I could do this. To do, okay, so nothing else in assigned, nothing in missing. And then now, when he goes to the Done tab, he could see his grade. Oh no, that's not too good. We can click on that, and then we can actually resubmit this, right? So where can it be turned in after the due date? But he can go and add a new document and add what is missing and turn that back in for resubmit. Okay. All right. So in this video, we showed you a couple of perspectives here. You know where to find the student's work and the teacher's Google Classroom. Okay. I showed you how to also grade that assignment and return it back to that student. And then I also showed you the student's perspective and how where he can find that work. Yeah, see what they're missing, see their grades, and see the comments. And I also showed you how to turn in an assignment. And like I said, it's the same thing for slides. So I'm not going to do another video showing the same thing with slides. It's the same process. So you can cross it off in your checklist. All right. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you've got any questions. I'll see you in the next video.